The Western Conference Finals took a dramatic turn in Game 3 after a pair of lopsided San Antonio wins. In Game 1, the Spurs shot more than 57%. They scored 66 in the paint, and they brought an even bigger hammer for Game 2. They killed OKC inside and out. Danny Green hit 7 threes as San Antonio thumped the Thunder by 35. But Serge Ibaka's surprise return from a calf injury for Game 3 completely changed the outlook. He hit 6 of 7 from the field and blocked 4 shots and fueled the Thunder right back into the series.
I think it helped them more than it hurt us because they were fired up. They were already fired up because they knew they had to win this game. But as soon as he came in, he made the first 3 jumpers and a block, and I think they got them going. He got them going. And of course, with Ibaka, they had something that they didn't have in the previous 2 games, a big that could nail the 18-footer. So for sure it helped them. But I think the biggest thing in the game was the difference on intensity, on loose balls, rebounds, and stuff like that. We didn't make it too many shots, but we were not sharp moving it either. But the intensity, and it felt like they wanted more.
Greg Popovich wasn't all that happy about the Spurs' effort in Game 3. The points in the paint number went down drastically, maybe because of Ibaka, maybe not, I don't know. 40 points in Game 3 compared to 120 in the first 2 of this series. And the Thunder have now beaten the Spurs 8 straight times on their home floor. Spurs, they don't have to win in Oklahoma City, but it sure would be handy moving forward. But Ibaka was the big story. He's the headline from Game 3, obviously. Came back earlier than expected, maybe not from the San Antonio side, but earlier than OKC apparently expected for him to come back. There's an inspiration factor, and then there's a production factor. Knocking down all those shots early on, the blocked shots, rebounds, a lot changed.
A lot changed, man. I think the offense set the tone for the rest of the game. Making those couple of shots, taking a little pressure off of Durant and Westbrook, having to shoot a lot of shots early. And of course, as the game going on, the block shots are huge too. But I think the offense really set the tone.
Yeah, I'm with 3D about the offensive end of the floor, just taking the pressure off of Westbrook and Durant to do so much. And the fact that he did that in the first quarter, Matt, what Manu was talking about, made his first 4 jumpers, as a matter of fact, was 5 of 5 in the first half for 10 total points. Even though the Spurs were up by 1, it seemed like Oklahoma City was going, oh, yeah, I remember this guy. We need this guy, and we have this guy back. And I was shocked at his ability to still track down and get blocks. I was shocked at his vertical movement with that type of injury, for him to be able to still get up towards the rim and bother the shooting window for a lot of guys. It was a very impressive performance. It's got to be 48 hours now of just continued maintenance for him to get rehab, have guys on that calf. But if he can give that kind of effort again, Oklahoma City is going to start to gain some more confidence for sure.
Completely different look for Oklahoma City offensively, starting Ibaka, who was productive, starting Reggie Jackson, an offensive player as well, as opposed to the previous lineups in this series where they basically had 3 guys on the floor who couldn't really create their own shot. And defensively, Ibaka is a perennial candidate for Defensive Player of the Year, and Oklahoma City as a team blocked 10 shots in Game 3, 4 more than in the previous 2 games.
Well, I think having Ibaka on the floor, it really spread with everyone else. More contested shots in Game 3, guys flying for loose balls like Mano's talking about. They were beating them to it, so his energy really got him going.